Sandusky Speedway is the hottest ticket in town tonight. Night number 2 for the 44th annual High Miler Super Modified Nationals. Welcome out to the half mile, Sandusky Speedway. Tim Clagg alongside Lee Booz and Lee. We had a little bit of a curveball thrown our way about an hour and a half ago. A cell came through, washed this racetrack away. We have a green racetrack here, features only. Compacts on the racetrack now for their 30-lap feature. And it's worth noting, too, it's a mixture of Sandusky drivers and drivers with the National Compact Tour Series. They had 6 drivers that didn't race last night. They made the long haul over from Indiana and Wisconsin to race. They had to start at the rear, and we have trouble. Oh, great job, and now we have a spin. It's the 92 going around on the top side of the racetrack in turn number 1.
Chris Nicastro.
You see that battle continuing to ensue for second. Watson controlling it, and look at the rotation through the center of the corner. That's where Stanley makes up a lot of time in the middle of the corner.
Yeah, Stanley definitely the smaller car. Looks like he's getting a really good weight transfer to the corner. Really good drive off, which is so important here to get off those corners well if you're going to have a good run down the long straightaway.
It's not going to be long before these guys, Watson and Stanley, have another competitor that sneaks into this battle for second. Jacob Gustafson from 22nd now, cracking inside the top 5 in the blue and white and red, number 66. Does anybody have anything left for Chris Harmon? We're about to find out. 13 laps to go, back to green. And Watson, that's the best jump he has gotten all race long, pulling even. And now it looks like Harmon will try and clear him. Was the 18 maybe holding something back?
The cross flags obviously gave us a new race, and now, of course, Watson
66
and leader.
off the pace. Leader Chris Harmon off the pace. That opens the door for Ben Watson. Trouble for your leader, Chris Harmon, who will stop right at the start-finish line. Watson trying to protect home turf. Gustafson sliding sideways, even at the door with Doxy as they race for second. 2 little different lines there too, Lee. The 18 kind of diamond the corner where it looked like Gustafson immediately positioned that car about half a lane lower on entry.
Yeah, Gustafson trying to run that sweep and make that car turn a little bit sooner, where Watson runs that, what we call that traditional diamond, in low, up high, and off the corner. Gustafson is making it work, sweeping through. He's right up to the back bumper.
1 car length separating the top 2. Ben Watson took the lead when Chris Harmon had a mechanical issue at lap 16. Gustafson just arrived this afternoon. These are his first laps, and he is running in the tire tracks of Ben Watson, applying pressure all over the rear end of that 18. Too close to call that time. A dead heat. Gustafson with the momentum, trying to clear Watson for the race lead here with 5 to go.
Watson just having to get out just a little bit to make that corner is going to give that point to Gustafson. Doxy's still in there for third, but it looks like it's going to be a 2-man show here to finish.
Yeah, they've been able to pull away despite racing side by side. Now that Jacob Gustafson has cleared Ben Watson, can he put a little bit of distance here? As they come to 3 to go. Gustafson arrived today, didn't race last night, no practice. He finished 6th here with the series back in April, trying to take home the big check. Can Watson get to the back bumper and move Gustafson? He's too far back right now. Will he send it deep into turn 3 and 4? He's not close enough. Jacob Gustafson, no practice from the rear of the field off 3 and 4. He will take home the big $3,000 payday checkered flag for Jacob Gustafson. And we could see history being made. Last night in the Fast 40, it was the young driver, one of the young guns in the series getting it done. Jeff Abel picking up the win, his 2nd career ISMA win, his first victory after finishing 2nd in the 100 lap last year, and he has a chance to join a rare club, become one of the drivers that's won the Triple Crown. It is a short list.
Only 5 drivers in Super Modified history have won the High Miler, the Oswego Classic, in the Star New Hampshire Classic. If Abel wins tonight, he gets to join a pretty elite list of men.
He was very relaxed when I had a chance to speak with him back in the pits before the festivities, taking a little bit of a nap. Very relaxed. He didn't seem like the nerves were high. And I chatted with him too. I said, not only are you trying to join that group, you're trying to join the father-son club. His father won this race 3 times. His last one his dad won was back in 2005. Mike McVetta didn't even race last night. Took the night off. He raced in the Rich Vogler Classic at the Winchester Speedway on Thursday. Used it to prepare that race car, and so far, he has himself a nice showing here in the opening laps. A little bit further back, side by side for third. Trent Stevens has it. Mike Ordway Jr. wants it, and he will take the spot away. That's 61 right now, holding on to the third spot.
Yeah, coming from 5th, picking off 2 cars really early.
I think a driver making a decision right now that's trying to pick up a spot. Mike Ordway Jr. racing behind Chris Purley for second. Purley has it right now. And there we see him racing down the front stretch, getting underneath to the inside. That's Mike Ordway Jr. That is a battle for the second spot.
Now we saw Purley wanting to give a spot away pretty easy, but second spot, not quite as easy. Purley fighting for that spot, but Ordway just a little too strong at this point in the race.
Ordway, a guy that stepped away from racing a few years ago, came back, had that itch, and since then, he's been so comfortable, especially at this racetrack. It's kind of given him new life in his career. A hard crash on the backstretch. Looks like it's the 78 turn sideways, the Johnny Payne machine from Fair Lawn, New Jersey. Mike McVetta, your leader. I'm going to keep an eye back a little bit further, just outside the top 5. The 97, Ben Seitz, having a great run, being very sneaky right now.
Very patient, has won the Friday night race before. Hasn't won the big races yet, but that's a pretty good team.
I mentioned too, it's a team car to the 9 who's been fast here all weekend long. And its best finish in the 100 lap race, 3rd. Now, Mike McVetta was setting a very torrid pace earlier in that last run. Right now, how important is it for him to just kind of ease back into this run, because you worry of overdriving and overusing your tires early in the race?
Yeah, I think during that red flag, you kind of sit back, take some stock, think about what the big plan is. When you get a break in the race like that, it gives you a reminder of, oh yeah, big picture.
First side-by-side battle just behind the leaders. Trent Stevens in the 19, being pressured by the 97 of Ben Seitz. Seitz running in 4th, trying to take that position away rather quickly and keep in tow with those front 2. McVetta, Purley, your front 2. Seitz in 3rd. The 7 of Sitterly in 4th. Back to green at lap 27. And don't look right now, last night's winner starting to make his presence known here. Lichty forced up out of the groove. He'll lose his spot. The 05 not able to take the position away.
Yeah, as we near that halfway mark, that's when those guys who really have been holding on to their stuff have to make that move. Kyle Edwards now inside the top 10.
Kyle Edwards, he ran the race here right before July 4th, won that race, made a late pass on Trent Stevens for the victory on that night. And he said, last night we unloaded, we were terrible here. We made a change, went back to that setup that we found success on, and it has worked and paid dividends for us. Here comes the 84 of Mike Lichty. Gonna go on the outside around the backstretch, powering ahead and in front of Chris Purley, and he slides into 2nd.
We may have to ask some questions. During the commercial break, we asked, what is the exchange rate between American money and Canadian?
And they're going to have to deal with lap cars who are a little bit slower here in just a few laps. McVetta took the early lead, took it away from Trent Stevens. He has not been pressured until right now at lap 71.
And the closing speed on those lap cars is getting to be more obvious at this point.
Oh, problem right in front of a race leader. Able to get by unscathed, but my, oh my, Iosu getting turned sideways in the front 3 right there, quickly on the brakes. Under the yellow flag, Mike McVetta is your race leader. Mike Lichty is in 2nd.
It's coming down a little bit harder. I don't know. It doesn't look good for everybody. But Mike McVetta might be thinking, hey, it's raining.
And there it is, checkered flag in the air. Mike McVetta is the winner of the 44th edition of the High Miler.
Took last night off, put all of his eggs in one basket, and there he is. He got the win.
Mentioned took last night off, had some issues at the Rich Vogler Classic, and tonight one of the biggest wins of his career as he will celebrate in style down the front stretch at Sandusky Speedway.